going on, y'all? We're about to get started in a second. About to send this link out and we'll get started. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Just getting some trade ideas ready for the day. See a few moves that I like. I'm gonna keep an eye on GA, also GJ. These are both looking good. Haven't entered anything yet, though, of course. Just watching things for now. What's going on, y'all? So looking at some charts right now, seeing what, whoops, did not mean to hit that. There we go. Seeing what we're going to be trading today. See a lot of good potential setups. I was talking about oil yesterday, but I might actually look for a buy today. I already did a nice rejection wick yesterday. Now it's right here. So the next candlestick, I want to see it push back up and retest these levels and possibly come to the middle of the zone. But we're going to have to wait to see what volume is looking like. But I do like how it's looking. So if we can stay on this level of price right here, we can definitely look for potential buys, because when we go on a 4-hour time frame, we can clearly see right here how it's being treated as a support level. Then resistance here, resistance, support, and now it's on top of the level of price. And this is the 4-hour time frame. So the past few hours and all during Asian sessions, just on this level of price, I want to see if volume picks back up. It can push back up to retest some of these previous levels. Catch at least 100 pips minimum on this. That's what we're looking for. We probably won't enter this till closer to New York, if not going into New York. It has this small wall right here that I want to see it break above before I enter, though. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. But once it breaks this wall right here on the retest, I might enter. Give me 1 second. If I can put it right. There we go. That's about right. So I'm going to be looking for that. Now, US30, we caught it. All the indices pumped up yesterday. So still going to be looking for buys, but we are on the level of support resistance on the 4-hour time frame. As we can see here, this is clearly being treated as resistance, clearly being treated as support. And yesterday, and including today, it hasn't broken through it yet. You see the rejection went down on yesterday's candlestick, and then you see price hasn't broken past this at all. So if price can break above this level of price, which is about 31,520, 31,550-ish, then we could potentially see some more buys for a few more thousand pips up. It could retrace a little bit, but it's still very bullish at this time. Now, I might reject a little bit soon when it hits this level. Well, it's already at this level, so we got to keep an eye on that, because we do have the imbalance right here on the daily time frame. And let's see if on the 4-hour, if we see any imbalance as well. So we have an imbalance here. That looks like it almost hit. It hit like almost a 50% on that. Then we get an imbalance here. But overall, you can see we've been making new highs. And higher lows. So retracements are natural and retracements happen on every time frame, but we just got to keep in mind that price might reject and retrace a little bit either today or tomorrow before continuing to push up. So just gonna keep an eye on that. Now NAS on the other hand is on top of one of the levels of price on the 4-hour time frame. So it can respect this level, even though it does move with US30 for the most part. NAS is looking pretty good for a potential buy setup, but I'm still not gonna personally enter anything. It's still a little too early for me to enter, especially since it's not London session yet. So just gonna be keeping an eye on these charts, and probably will enter these when it gets closer to New York session. But as we see on this candlestick as well, we had the nice rejection wick yesterday. Then price pushed back up, struggling to break this wall right here, just like US30 was currently. But you can see here how the candlesticks look a little bit different. So let me go back on the daily time frame. So you see this candlestick is a lot more fuller than NASDAQ's candlestick, but you still see that it pushed up along with US30. So really, depending on what US30 does, it's going to influence the other indice pairs, even GBPJPY, USCX, even if it's not a lot, slightest bit minimum. So just going to be keeping an eye on that. But on the bigger time frames, the daily and the 4-hour, these are becoming bullish. NAS is, you can still say it's technically bearish because this lower high or this low hasn't been broken yet, but you can still see that it's coming back up higher. And looking at the past couple of weeks, it's making higher highs and lower and higher lows. So realistically, we could see it come up to around 11,580, 11,550 price range. And from there, it could reject back down. And that's if it can maintain this level of price at around 11,420-ish. So if it can do that, we can definitely see some more buys. We catch a few more thousand pips. Definitely see that happening. GBPJPY, same thing. Very bullish. We'll start up a bull run just like US30 on the daily time frame. So I'm looking for a potential buy setup for GBPJPY as well. I haven't really traded GBPJPY in a minute. It's been a couple of weeks since I traded GBPJPY. So if I do see opportunity, I am going to hop on this. It's actually at a good entry. If you can respect this level as a support level, definitely can see a buy opportunity there. So just going to have to wait and see what Tuesday got in store with the Forex today. But definitely looking for a buy setup. I want to see it break this level of price right here. And if we can stay on top of that level of price, then yeah, we can definitely catch a few hundred to a few thousand pips. Definitely. So just going to keep an eye on this. I probably put on a stop loss. Probably put like right. Let's see. Put it right there. Caught a buy on US30 though. Caught a buy on SPX and NAS100. Was a very good start to the week. Let me see what US30 is up to real quick. Okay, still underneath that, but it was a very good start to the week. We're going to go over that in a second. Just looking at the other charts real quick. So I'm going to be looking for GJ buys and GBPAUD buys if price continues to go the way it's going. And let me explain why I'm looking for that. All right, so let's go on the daily time frame. So we can clearly see right here how this is a nice level of traffic right here. It's also being treated as a resistance level, and this is on the daily time frame. So this is a very key and important level. Then we just move over to the current. Past couple of weeks, we see price hasn't really dropped any lower since this huge rejection wick on the daily time frame. Since then, it's been making new highs and new lows, as we can see here. And now it's retesting this level. So if it can retest this level and treat that support level, I want to see it, shoot back up. At least at the middle of the zone, if not go zone to zone again. Definitely can't see that happening though. But it could if it can respect this level at around, what is it at? Like 78.50. If you can stay above 78.50 and treat that as support resistance level, we can see some buys to the upside and potentially catch, let's see here. Yeah, like at least 30 to 50 pips minimum if the bullish momentum continues. So we see it drop down, it retested this level, push back up, and now underneath this line that I put here, you see how price literally touched it, then rejected. So I want to see price break above this and treat it as a support level, like it's getting treated as a support level here. And if it can do that, then we can see price potentially shoot back up like it did a couple weeks ago. So we'll be keeping an eye on that to see if price can break that level. Going to look for GJPYs as well. If price can break that orange level, we could see it drop just a little bit, but we're still on a very strong level of support resistance. We can see that right here. I'll click the right one. There we go. We can clearly see right here, price treating as resistance, 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 resistance. Then we zoom in, and then we see price broke above it. And when we go on a smaller time frame, you can already see the rejection wicks here. But when we go on a smaller time frame, you'll be able to see much more clearly how price was treating it as a support level and pushing up. As you can see, the past few days, we actually caught about 3 buys on that last week. Caught a buy on it Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Oh, make it 4 times last week and Friday. So it already did a nice little rejection. So I want to see it not go much too farther and continue to push up, but it could very much so reject back down a little bit because it hasn't been this high in about, well, I think it's at 2016 or 2014. So it's definitely been a minute. And then if we zoom out and let's see if we can see what's going on, why it's struggling to break those levels. So let's just zoom in real quick, put this in the middle of the screen for you. So you see price has these levels of traveling walls on the daily time frame that it hit, just like there's walls and levels of traveling on a smaller time frame. You got to treat that just like you have to treat the smaller time frame candlesticks the same thing like the daily. Only difference is the bigger the time frame you go up, the more pips you can catch. But give me 1 second, I just want to see what's going on. Okay, so new 15 just started, so it's still doing this thing. So anyways, so you got to treat it just like the smaller time frame. So instead of, those bouncing and retests happening every 5 or 15 minute candle, that stuff's going to happen every daily candlestick. So that's what it's doing right now, is retesting, attempting to break those levels. So one of these daily candlesticks is going to continue to push back up if it doesn't reject that level. And that's why I'm going to keep looking for buys until it shows me otherwise. Now, if it breaks back underneath this level of price at around 167.70, depending on how it reacts to that level, we could see it drop down to the downside. But for now, I'm still going to be looking for buys until it shows me otherwise. So just going to keep an eye on that. But right now, it is dropping down a little bit. But not too worried about that because I'm not in the trade anyways. Just going to let the charts do its thing and then go from there. So indices are pushing back up. I can see that because US30 is really attempting to touch that level. NAS is pushing back up as well. So let's keep these on the smaller time frame to keep an eye on it. So as you can see, me and the members been catching buys on that. We actually caught a buy yesterday on it. Let me put that on the screen. Whoops. There we go. This is how we did yesterday. Pretty good start to the week. So US30, we caught a scalp on the live stream yesterday, 2,000 pips. Gold, we caught 700 pips on the live stream. Euro JPY, that was an interesting trade. No, it technically did hit SL. We had a crazy spike on the JPY pairs. But like I always tell my members, it doesn't really matter what it's important to take a note, but it doesn't really matter where the candlestick goes. It matters where the candlestick closes. So as you can see, it shot down, but then it closed right back here. And then after that candlestick, price literally corrected itself and then went to hit all the TPs. So that sometimes does happen. Could have been a fake out, could have been try to trap sellers, whatever the case may be. But literally within the same candlestick, it dropped down, corrected itself. Then the next candlestick, it proceeded to do the move that I anticipated it to do. So that does happen in trading sometimes. It is what it is. But when you notice and you're on the charts for a long time or multiple days, multiple months, you're practicing back testing, you'll be able to notice some things. And again, that happens a lot with candlesticks. Just think about the red folder news. That's really high impact. It might spike and fluctuate, but it always corrects itself and goes back to going the direction volume is trying to make it go. But so that was the only loss from yesterday. US30 caught a long trade, 44,600 pips. We caught the whole candlestick up from the rejection. I actually just dropped a video on that last night. I'm gonna drop that in the comment section. Make sure y'all watch this video. All right, it's the US30 trade breakdown of the trade we took yesterday. We caught 44,000 pips yesterday, me and the members. I'm gonna drop that in the comments in just a second. But let me go on a smaller time frame so y'all can see the move. And we got about 12 minutes until London session starts. So we're going to see if we can catch any pips before New York. But it was a nice move. It was about a 1 to 4, almost 1 to 5 risk to reward. Pretty standard trade. Let me find the video real quick for you. Here it is. This is the trade we took yesterday. I'm dropping it. We also took SPX trade. I'm dropping a breakdown for that later today, so be on the lookout for that. So those in the live stream, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Almost at 200 subscribers, y'all. 1 second. There we go. Yeah, so I just dropped that video, so make sure to check that out. But it was pretty simple. Again, looking at the bigger time frames, I called this out on the live stream, so I also went over the prices on yesterday's live stream, so make sure to check that out. But just to quickly explain it, everything's bullish right now, so everything's showing you buys. You only look for buys, especially even if you're going on smaller time frames to trade. You still need to be on the bigger time frames to know exactly what's going on. Hey, what's going on, Jay? Appreciate that. So you need to know at all times what's going on, because again, you can go for the quick moves. You don't got to swing trade or day trade, things like that. You can go for quick scouts, but you still want to have the outcome be most likely going in your favor. So what's going to help with that is, one, going with the trend or direction of prices going in the bigger time frames, and two, trading out these key price levels where we see on the smaller time frames, or even the bigger time frames, how price either respects or rejects it. Like this level of price right here at around, let's see, 30,300. We can clearly see here how this is rejecting like a resistance level. Then price broke above, and now it's treating it as a support level, right? We can clearly see that here. We can clearly see that on this candlestick here, and we see US30 pushing up. So if we continue to push up, we have to keep in mind there is a slight imbalance, so we could see some harsh retracements happen today to try to mess some people up, especially some of the buyers and stuff like that. But that's why you always want to move your SL in profit, or when your TPs get hit, just close the trade. But we could see some slight retracements. That's why I'm waiting to see if he can stay above this level. Because if he can stay above this level, we can still catch definitely a few thousand more pips. But as you can see, currently it is struggling to break above this level. So we might see some retesting, some retracements going on today. So just going to be watching, see what price does. I'm not going to be rushing into any trades, but we do have NAS, on the other hand, on top of this level of price. So it's a little bit different from US30, but it's still but if you look at the candlesticks, it still looks very similar to US30. It's still got the bouncing formation going on, right? And let's just go on GBPJPY. GBPJPY looking very similar to, let's pull up SPX. SPX looking similar as well. Let's go put this on the 15. And then again, the USCX looking very similar as well. So definitely going to keep an eye on US30 to see how it reacts to that level. GJ's pushing up a little, which is good for us. Let's see what GA is up to. GA is trying to pump up a little bit as well, but it's still not where I want it to be at. So just going to keep an eye on it. Not going to jump into anything yet. I could enter at this level of price too. We'll put a line here, just see how price reacts to this level as well. I appreciate that, Daniel. And that's the best way to trade. You don't need to make trading complicated. You make things complicated, you got a bunch of extra more rules to try to follow, a bunch of all this other stuff, and just too much to jam in your brain. And trading doesn't need to be complicated. Trading It's pretty simple. Like, we go into all these charts and we literally see price doing the same thing, just at different price levels, right? We see all these lines getting treated as support resistance levels. Like, on every chart we go on, we're going to see that. So look, we see it on this chart too, just different price levels, and some pairs might move at different times, but price does the same stuff. And then you remember, so in the Zoom calls and stuff, I'll pull up stocks and cryptos and mark that up too. So you already know this literally is the way to read charts. So GJ is looking good. It's still underneath that level. So let's see what the next candlestick looks like when the London session comes around the corner. Whoops. There we go. We still have some time. So let's look at some other charts to see some other potential setups maybe. So we missed the GBP New Zealand buy yesterday. I think I went over it in the live stream though, but we did miss the entry because, as we can see here, the members know this because I went over this with the video I just dropped, but we can see here this candlestick, literally while I was making the video, this thing just erupted. So that literally, the whole move happened in 15 minutes. So, wasn't going to jump in on that. And then you see immediately after it hit that, it rejected not too later after. So, you just got to know when to enter trades, when trades are too late to enter. And then, there's always opportunities going on. So, we miss opportunities all the time. We'll call out trades on the live stream that end up going away later on the day, but I might not enter it, but that still says something because, we still take plenty of trades that go our way. And then on top of that, those other trades that we didn't enter, but if we did enter, they would have went our way as well. So there's always opportunity. So if you missed the opportunity or a trade already began, either just wait for a retracement because retracements happen all the time, or just look for another pair to trade. You got all day to trade. You don't gotta, try to tunnel vision on the opportunity that you missed. When there's literally tons of charts and tons of opportunities, and you got literally the whole day, to catch your amount of pips you're trying to catch or make your daily goal. So there's no reason to trip. But we see price retracing a little bit. Not surprised. Usually price does a nice little retracement right before London session starts, but we got 5 minutes. So we're going to see what this next candlestick looks like. And then we're going to go from there. Yeah, that's what's up. I'm glad I did. I'm glad. That's why I started doing this. I'm glad. Yeah, so we're just going to keep an eye on these. That's about it, though. That's the only thing they're really going to be keeping an eye on. Might see some other pairs, some other opportunities. I think I was looking at EuroCAD. Yeah, but EuroCAD just tanked down. So that thing just went crazy. This is what I mean. Like, I only trade London and New York sessions, but like I always tell the members, like, if the market's open, you can make some money. Now, this happened probably a couple hours ago. Well, let's see. Let's go on a smaller time frame and see when this exactly happened. So, like about an hour or two ago. Let me see. Yeah, so it literally happened an hour or two ago. So we could have caught a move here. I had this marked up, looking for a sell opportunity because we caught a sell last week on it. Still was looking for sells and literally did the move, but I missed it. I was asleep. Not really. I was watching anime, but again, I only trade London, New York session. But again, that's just to show you there's always opportunities going on. This would have been a nice clean setup if we were entered right here, like I had it marked off. That would have been 35.38, and it's currently at 35.14. So you could have made a quick 20 pips right there, which isn't bad, but it's all good. Let me keep an eye on GJ. Okay, GJ broke above there. So I want to see what the next candlestick's going to do. Because we got 2 minutes to the next 15. So I want to see if we'll stay above here. Broke above. See what stays above here. If it stays above here, we can see price. Price is definitely going to hit this if it stays above here. It's going to hit at least 168.15, which is about 10 pips. And depending on, and then of course, it depends because sometimes we see price erupt during London session, but lately, it's been chilling until closer to New York. But it's looking good right now for a potential buy setup. So we're going to see what the next candlestick looks like and where this candlestick ends. It is looking good. We see it retested, broke above. It's staying above it, struggling to hit this wall right here, which is no problem. And it looks like it might try to hit this level, this candlestick. And we're just going to wait for the next candlestick for it to hit it, but it looks like it's going to try to hit it right now. That's fine, because if it hits that, it's definitely going to retest, and I want to get on the retest candlestick. Yeah, it looks like it's about to hit it right now. Yep, so it hit that price. Let's see if it breaks it, but it could reject right in time for the next candlestick. That's what I want to look for. So let's keep an eye on this and let's zoom in and see how price reacts. As you can see, you literally see a rejection. You see price rejecting off this wall right here in real time, which is why this would have been one of my target points, because I know price was going to hit here. Now, whether price keeps going or not is another question, but you got to know where price is always going to hit. Price is always going to hit a wall before it bounces up or keeps going down or whatever the case may be. So yeah, they literally hit that. So I'm going to go and see what the next candlestick looks like and then go from there. Main thing is we want to see it respect this level as a support level. If it retraces a little bit to this level, that's cool, even if it goes underneath the zone, because we do have two strong levels of support resistance that it would have to hit before it flips the script. And when we go on the bigger time frame, okay, yeah, so this thing's pushing. So yeah, it's looking for like a good buy setup. Yeah, that's a big candlestick right there. Yeah, so that thing already hit. Whoops. That thing already hit one of the TPs I was looking at. So let's see where it retraces. Now that thing's still going. So let's go back on a smaller time frame. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, so now it's about to treat this like a support resistance level. Yeah, I like how this is looking though. So since this is going up, let me see what GA is doing too. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so that thing's pushing up. So I entered this. It might retrace though. I was trying to enter right here, but it's fine. It looks like it's about to try to treat this support level. So it could continue to push up, or it could retrace before New York session comes around. But it literally broke through that level I was trying to keep an eye on. So SL for this, I'm looking at about, you either put out this lower price right here, which is at 167.50, or you can do 167.55. But as you can see, it looks like it's going to do a nice little retest. So if it retraces a little bit, then I might post this into the free Telegram. So what was the other one? GA. Let's see what GA is up to. Okay, GA just broke above that level. So I like how GA is looking too. So this one, let's zoom out. I think I did something to my mouse because my mouse is bugging right now. 77.60. We can say 77.60. So about 100 pip stop loss. Broke above the levels. So yeah, this is looking good too. So I'm gonna get the TPs ready in a second. I just want to keep an eye on these charts. Yeah, so it's either gonna retest this level, this candlestick, or the next one, and then push back up, or it could continue to push up. But this was nice. As you can see, literally the daily time frame candles, the daily time frame, how these candlesticks did that. And then we literally saw real time price shoot up and hit that level that I was talking about. And GA is still pushing. So y'all enter this, y'all should be slightly blue. But again, we do have a wall price right here that it could reject or could continue to break through. So keep that in mind. But we do have a wall of price right here at around 168.30. And we see price currently rejecting off of that. So keep in mind, if y'all did enter, we did enter a little bit farther from the ideal entry because we got to keep in mind the JPY pairs catch a little bit more pips. So we're going to keep an eye on this. Let me see what GA is up to in a second. Yeah, so it's retracing off that level. So we're going to see what this candlestick looks like. And if it retraces, then I might call it out in the free Telegram. But I like how GA is looking. So I might call GA out in a second. Get those TPs ready. Let me see what else, if anything else is moving. So the indices are still playing around this level, which I'm not surprised about. So we're gonna let that do its thing. Missed the gold entry, but that happened again before London session, so I'm not tripping about that. So yeah, it's literally rejecting that level. So if it comes to retest this level, then I'm gonna post it in the Telegram. So it's gonna be watching that, keeping an eye on that. Let me see what else. GN still at that wall, hasn't broken that wall yet. But let me look for a GN buy as well. It's at this level here though, which isn't terrible. And then we'll do a tight stop loss for this as well. Just put it like right there. And adjust if needed. So this one's almost 1 or 2 risk reward. It could go a little farther like it did yesterday, but that's what I'm looking for. But I'm only currently in GBPJPY. Just looking at the other pairs real quick. Okay. GU. Might look at GBPUSD as well, but that probably won't be till New York session. So, but I will keep an eye on that. All right. So yes, I'm gonna see what the next candlestick looks like. But I am gonna get the TPs and stuff ready just in case I do decide to post those out. Just looking at some other pairs to see if there's anything else I want to look at. But I'm pretty sure these are the only ones I'm gonna be looking at. See what New Zealand CAD is up to. All right, cool. Okay, so GJ's rejecting that level, which it's not a surprise. So we're going to see if the main thing is we want to see it stay above this level. If it can stay above that level going into New York session, it definitely, it already hit this wall here. It already hit 2 of the TPs I was looking for, but I want to see it mainly hit this level here at 168. Let's say 168.55. I want to see it hit that. So it looks like it's on the way to do so as long as it can stay above this level price right here. Let me mark it off so y'all see what I'm talking about. But if it stays above this level, even if it drops down back to our ideal entry, that'll still be fine. But we can literally see how it's respecting this level as a support. You literally see price rejecting it in real time. So you see what I'm talking about. And you see on the 5-minute how it's pushing back up. So I want to see how the 15-minute candlestick ends though. That's looking good. I think I did something to my mouse. My mouse is acting weird. So I could put it right here. Could make this a tight stop loss. I'm trying to make my stop losses a little bit tighter. That way I can put bigger lot sizes. I think that'd be a good enough stop loss right there. So we'll be watching this. Again, it's literally 7 minutes into London. So no rush to enter things. Things are getting formed up. But GJ really ran off on this, but it most likely will retrace before New York and then start pumping the direction it wants to go. And that's how price usually works around 6 o'clock, 5:30-ish. Price will retrace before New York session, and it'll either continue going the way it was going during London, or it will reverse and flip the script on us. That's usually how every day goes. Now oil. Let's see what oil's up to. Could see a sell to here. Let me go on a bigger time frame real quick. So So I do see a potential scalp. Yeah, so it's underneath the strong resistance level. So the way oil is looking does have some rejection wicks. Trying to push price up, but it's dropping back under currently. So it could drop down some more before it goes back up. Or we could just have another rejection wick day, aka it drops down and then retraces back up before the day ends. But currently we can literally see how this is a very strong resistance level and it just broke underneath it. Did a retest and it's dropping. So could see a potential scalp setup on oil. Could see a potential scalp setup on oil. Just wish it was closer to New York session. So now the question is, where would I want to put the stop loss? Let's just put it here for now. But I do see price. Price could come to right here. Which would be like a 1 to 2 risk to reward about 100 pips from where it's currently at. It's currently at, well, this might be a little bit off because even my broker is about like 60 pips off. But I'm just going to talk about the numbers on the screen. So it's currently at 84.80. So I could see it go down to like 83.14, which would be about 100 pips. Quick little scout, because again, this is a very strong resistance level. And we see on 15-minute time frames, it really failed to break this level, which I want to see it break and stay above to go for a buy anyway. So we do have to keep that in mind. That is still staying underneath that. So for the short term, it could retrace to that level and you could enter on a quick scalp. Then we also see this level of price actually a little bit lower from this level of price. We see right here. Well, I still put that wrong. So let me get it. I'm gonna keep that, but let me make this thicker so you see what I'm talking about. So right here is actually resistance level on the 4-hour time frame. That's where price is currently rejecting. So could definitely drop to here, or it could reject right here before going. But price is currently dropping as we speak. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that, but could see potential. Get rid of that. Could see potential scalp on oil for about 100 pips to the downside. But I want to see what the next candlestick looks like. New 5-minute just started, but I want to see what the next 15 looks like. So let's go back on GJ. GJ did a little retracement. Okay, all these doing retracements. Yeah, so let me get these trade ideas ready because I do like how these are looking. But I want to see what the next candlesticks look like because we're literally just 10 minutes into London. So let me see. Make sure to hit that like button, y'all. Alright, bet. So GBPJPY. So I'm looking at 77. Let's just say 77.60. So okay. This one will be about looking at it, if it can stay above this level, it depends what the next candlestick looks like. This will be about, because it's currently at 78.50. So this will be about 77.60, about 90 pip stop loss, which is pretty normal for GA and most GBP pairs. Catch a lot of pips on them. That's what I'm looking at right there. Let's see. Give me 1 second, y'all. See, 78, 79, 24. Seven, 8. Yeah, so we got 2 minutes to the next 15. So it's going to keep an eye on these pairs. Yeah, so it rejected all the way back to the entry, like I figured it was going to do. So let's go ahead and get rid of these lines because we don't really need these lines anymore. So we're going to see what the next 15-minute candlestick looks like. And then from there, we'll determine if we want to enter this or wait until, New York to potentially enter this. But it's looking good. Let me see what GN's up to. GN's looking nice too. So let me get GN ready as well. So this one's going to be a little bit smaller of a stop loss, but still going to be a 1 to 2 risk to reward. Doing a tight stop loss might just if needed. And I haven't entered this yet. I'm just getting them ready for if I do enter them so I can post them in the free Telegram. Make sure to click that first link in the description. But these are just trade ideas. All these positions right here. I haven't entered anything yet. So put it like right there. Let's see. I can see it coming to this wall right here. See it come to this wall right here. 98.50. All right, bet. So the new 15 just started. It's already pushing up. Yeah. I like how these are looking. Yeah. So let me get this ready. First, let me post a disclaimer. Yeah, so it looks like currently it's kind of struggling to break that level, but it broke through it before, so it definitely can potentially do it again, especially since it started right on top of this level. So let me get this ready and post it. So SL for this, I'm looking at about 167.55. It's already pushing, so it just hit. Put it right here. Screw it. Looks like it's about to already hit the first CP though. Well, y'all just entered. Y'all should be blue, or if y'all entered when I said I did, y'all should be almost back to entry. But let me get this ready. Let me see. Let's see it hit. Yeah, it's retracing a little bit, but I want to see it hit here today again, if not break it. it looks like it's going to keep pushing up. Let's go on the 5 minute, take a closer look. What's going on, y'all? Make sure to hit that like button. Let's go on GA. GN's looking nice. GA. I want to see those break back above before I post those up. I like how GN's looking. I mean, GJ's looking. See a Euro CAD. AD. Euro New Zealand. Euro New Zealand's looking nice too. So I might take a closer look at Euro New Zealand as well in a second. These are pushing. So it's about to hit the first TP again. So I just post all the TPs, at least the first half in the free Telegram. So make sure to hit that first link. But let's see if we can hit that. It already hit the first TP. But let's see if we can hit it again and break these levels, because currently it is hitting this wall price right here. So let me put a line right here so y'all see what I'm talking about. Whoops, we don't need it that big. Currently it's underneath this wall of price right here. You can clearly see how this is being treated as support level here, resistance level here, support level here. Currently slight resistance, but we see price pushing up to it. New 5 minutes starting. So let's see if it can hit that level or break through it, because with all my TPs, again, we got to know where price is going, and when price hits these levels, we're either going to reject or break through it. But we do know price is going to hit one of the nearest levels, so that's why we target those levels. Now, whether or not it's going to keep going or not is a whole different question, a whole different subject, but we do know at least where price is going, to the very least to at the highest, things like that. And we also can identify where price is most likely going to reject harshly and things like that. But it's already hit it one time. Going to see if it can do it again. And we're just going to let it ride out and do its thing. So let's go back on GN and see what's going on there. Still not above this level of price that I want to see it above, but it's definitely close and trying, just like GA. So I'm just going to keep an eye on these and let them do their thing. GBPJPY is on top of that level of price again. I'm just going to leave that alone. So GJ is still trying to push up. So we're going to see if we can hit TP1 again, because TP1 is going to be 168.15. It's already hit it about twice, but I want to see if we can hit it again, because I just posted the trade idea out in free Telegram. So people that aren't in live stream, once we'll watch it go blue for them as well. So let's really quick see what oil's up to. So oil just did a retest. So I just level price right here. So it looks like it's already trying to stay underneath that level of price. So do I want to go for a oil scalp? Here's the question. So I'm just going to watch this, because we're going to treat this level as a resistance like it's currently trying to. You can see price drop down to here, minimum to at least here before rejects harshly back. Even coming to here, it's still a good amount of pips either way. So we're going to 5 minute real quick. Okay. So it's looking nice on the 5 minute. So I'm gonna get this trade idea ready, because I do like how it's looking. Let's go on the 5 minute for this as well. You see price is literally at this wall, struggling to break through it, but looks like second TP just got hit. Okay. we're like, okay, there it goes. Wanted to play a joke on me. So TP1 just got hit, y'all. So you should hit that like button. And if we can break above this, we can definitely hit the next TP, the next target. Click that first link and find out. But it looks like it's going to try to hit that. But yeah, let's look at GA. GA is looking nice. And GN as well. This is GN. This is GA. I'm going to keep an eye on those. What was I looking at? I was looking at oil. Yeah, so I like how oil is looking too. I could see a potential scalp for oil. So let me get this ready just in case I do decide to enter this. Let me keep it zoomed in. And again, let me go on my broker because oil is a little bit off compared to the trading view chart I use. So I want to make sure when I'm typing this, I'm typing it the right way. But it looks like the move's already trying to begin. 83.90, 83.96. Yeah, so now it's like 20 pips off. New 5 minute just started really quick. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, so it looks like it's about to reattempt to try to break that level. Let me see what this is doing. Okay, these are looking good. So I want to see if we can close above here, and then I might post these trade ideas out as well. So I'm going to be waiting for the next 15-minute candlestick. I'm going to be waiting for that for oil as well. So for this, one day it was like 60 pips off. Now today apparently it's just 20 pips off from my broker. So 85, let's say 85, 35, 65, 35. Yeah, it looks like the move is already about to begin. So there's that. Let me go back on the 15. Oh yeah, that thing's about to hit my TPs. Yeah, so I think it's dropping as we speak. It might retrace a little bit before the next candlestick, but it's already dropping right now. This is a little scalp trade idea, so let me get this typed up. But it's already going where I wanted to see it go. Maybe I'm typing this stuff. But I went for oil scalp. I'm in it right now. So SL on this broker says 85.39, but for mine it's gonna be 85. It says 85.39. Oh my bad. So it's 85.39. I need to subtract this. So let's say 85 about. Let's say 85.20, 85.25 ish. So I did enter it. It's already starting to move. So if it can continue to break through this level of price, I want to see it come to here minimum, which is 85.61. The source is Texas crude oil's Black Bull. So I want to see it hit 83.62 minimum, but the farthest I can see it go is right here. Let's see, 83.64. Then what is this right here? Let's see. And so your entry, y'all should be slightly blue because I'm blue right now. About to post this trade out. It's gonna be a members only trade. All right, bet. So yeah, got 1 minute to the next 15. Might retrace before that. So let's see what GJ's up to. GJ hit the next TP 168. What's that say? 168.21. So TP2 just got hit. So let's see what GN and GA's up to. Oh shit. Okay. GA's looking nice. And GA's had a good entry. So we're gonna go into GA. So about to post this in the free Telegram as well. See if it can do its thing. I wonder if it already hit the first TP. So before I post it, let me see. But right in time for the next 15-minute candlestick. Let me see. PAD. What is it at right now? 7063. So posted that in the free Telegram as well. Oil's is member only trade, but it is retesting this level as I expected, but I do see it continuing to adhere at least before rejection. So I might retest this level where I entered at. They continue to go down, but I do see it going there. So I did call quick scout for that. And we're just going to let that do its thing and go from there. So let's see what US30 is up to because we haven't looked at this in a minute. So yeah, this is still rejecting that level. So we are at the retracement stage. So it already started to move. But it definitely is, I can see it drop down to 31,420-ish, 31,410. For those that want to enter a quick scalp or something like that. But I'm not entering this because I don't really like the risk reward setup. But I can see it definitely going from there before rejection, or it could continue to push down to the daily zone at 31,130-ish. But of course, that wouldn't be until closer going into New York session if it decides to do that. So I'm going to be watching oil to see if it can break that level. Took a similar trade on this, like this one right here. Took a similar short the other day. So I want to see if I can literally repeat what happened last week. Just a little bit lower, but same, looks very similar structure. And you see the candles turning red right now. So it's struggling to break this level. But if it can break past this level of price, which is this nice wall, do I want to put it? Let me put it. Let's just put it right there. We see the other 15-minute candlestick. When we zoom in, we can see price touched and rejected up. And we currently see, it got tongue-tied, currently see price rejecting this level slightly. So if it can break under, I want to see it get treated like resistance. And if you can do that, it can continue to drop down. But beforehand, it might just retest this level before doing that. But I do see it dropping a little bit more. GJ's on top of this level, which is a clear level support right here. So if it can hold this level as support and break this slight wall right here, then we can continue to see GJ push up. So let's see if GJ can do that. But it is currently still floating at TP2. Y'all should be nice and blue on that trade. Make sure to hit that like button. Let's see here. GN missed the entry on GN, but GA is looking nice. So we enter GA. Let's see if it can break that level. Looks like it almost hit TP1. Let me see. Well, it did hit TP1. Let me see if we can hit it again. We're a couple pips off. Looks like it's about to hit it again. 1 pip away. There we go. So TP1 just got hit. So next TP is at 85. So if we can hit 85, that's the next target point. Just gonna let these marinate. GN's at this wall, so we want to see if we can break this wall. It's going to retest this level before breaking it, or it could reject, because again, when price hits these TPs and these levels, either going to reject or break through. GJ looking nice right now, though. So what are we looking at? Oil. Oil's still chilling here. Let me see where oil's at. Oil's still chilling. Let me see. Yeah, but you see it's literally trying to break through it. So if we can break through it, then we're going to make some money. And we're going to go from there. US30. NAS is still respecting that level. That's still in the daily zone, which is still nice and important. SPX. I might still look for buy setups for the indices going into today. There's oil. Obviously, I want to see a drop, break past this level. Ideal entry would have been here. I missed it. Got in about around right here-ish. Was trying to enter here, but literally, you see the rejection wick and then just drop down. So let's actually do a bar replay so we can see what that candlestick did in real time. So you see that one hit that level, close right underneath it. Then let's click the next candlestick. Whoop, why the fuck did it do that? Okay, let's see if it will. Maybe because it's on that current candlestick, so maybe we have to wait a couple of candlesticks. But I was trying to show y'all what price did. But speaking of what price did, GJ looks like it's trying to respect it. It's looking good. And we're on the 5 minute yet. Oh, yeah, it's pushing. What's my next TP for GJ? Let's see. So next one's at 30. So we're like 5 pips away from the next TP on GJ. GA is pushing. So the next TP for GA is 78.85. So we're about 15 pips away from TP2 on GA. GJ, you see it's struggling a little bit. But it's pushing. And again, remember, so this is why you don't want to chase trades. Remember when it shot up, you could have went for quick scalp and stuff like that. But like always, price is going to retrace. So you just have to patiently wait. And you know, if it doesn't retrace at that exact time, just look at the charts later. It might retrace later on the day, a couple hours, things like that. But price will always retrace back. Now, when it will do it is another question. And TP3 just got hit. So we're making some money. Right now. Make sure to secure your profits because not every TP is guaranteed to get hit. And the worst thing you can do is be up an X amount of pips and then watch that go away. Your screen go from blue to red. And then you hope and pray, cross your fingers, waiting to see if price is going to push back up, push back down, depending on if you're in a buy or sell. So just secure your profits. Or just close. You know what I'm saying? You can't go wrong with closing a trade when blue. That's what I always say. So all the GBP pairs are pushing right now, which is good. About 15 pips away from the GA TP2. Want to see if we can break through this wall. It's currently doing so. Okay, we're about 10 pips away. No, we're not. Scratch that. We're 8 pips away. In oil, oh yeah. So blinking in and out of entry right here because the spread for oil is pretty big. But every other trade we're in, you should be nice and blue, y'all. GJ still pushed. Did it hit another TP? No, it didn't. Almost did. Yeah, so we're starting London session right, and we're just 40 minutes into the London session. Waited like about 10-15 minutes before we jumped into stuff, but we already, like, look at that. So, you know, depending on your lot size, your goal, you could be done for the day after that because we just made GJ like 20, we're like 20, 25 pips in profit off that. GA, we're in profit about 5-10 pips. So, you know what I'm saying? If you're risking $1 per pip, you know, it's like $40 extra, you know, and that's just doing a 0.1, you know, where you go 0.2 or 0.3 or 0.5, you know, it's a whole nother ballpark. So we almost hit the next TP. Got a minute till the next 5-minute candlestick starts. Let's go back on oil because oil is struggling right now. So I want to see if it can do it. I'm like blinking. It's like it's right at my entry. Oil struggling. So I want to see if oil can do its thing. But everything else, we're nice and blue on. So it's gonna let oil do its thing. So this candlestick is doing a retest. It's currently retesting this level of price. Now we want to see this level be treated as a support level. And if it can do so, it can continue to push up. So we're going to see if price can do that. Because we hit the last TP for a scalp, that is, by like 4 pips. We missed it by like 4 pips. So again, this move ain't going to happen in 2 hours. It could, but this move's probably not going to happen until closer into New York. If it does continue to do that, it could very much still not even do that. But for the short term, we missed the last TP by about 4 pips. So it's retesting this level of price right here. So we're going to see if we can continue to push up or it's going to reject a little bit. So that's what we're watching for right now. You see it literally touched that line, the previous line we had marked off. You literally see it touched it and shot all the way back up, and now it's on top of this level of price. Let me see if we can. Let me zoom in for y'all so you can see what I'm talking about. You literally saw a real-time price hit here, and now it's pushing back up. Literally. GA still trying right here. We missed the TP by 10 pips. Still trying though. Still pushing. Yeah, so let's see if we can break this wall. We got about 4 minutes to the next 15. That 15-minute candle is going to be an interesting one for oil as well. Those just joining the stream though, we click the first link in the description, join that free Telegram so you know exactly what we're in, and also get notified for any trades I might take going into New York, as well as getting notified when TPs get hit. But we're currently in a GBPJPY. We're up nice and profit on there. We're in a GBPAUD buy. We're floating in profit on that as well. Missed TP2 by like about 10 pips, but we missed the last TP for GJ by about like 6 pips. We're floating nice and profit in there. Then we took an oil scalp. Struggling to break this thing, so we're just letting it do its thing, but we're going to wait to see what the next candlestick looks like. It's either going to be a retest at this level and then it's going to push down. So we're either going to see a retest of this. Whoops, hit the wrong thing. So we're either going to see a retest of this level and it's going to continue to push down, or I'm saying that's what I want to see at least, or it's going to break under here, retest, and shoot down. But we see currently, literally, it's been struggling to break that level. It's tried a couple times, but it's struggling. So I might try to retest this level, and if it retests that level, we'll see it continue to drop down. So we're going to see if it can do that. And this is a little bit of a late trade. The ideal entry would have been right here. Could have entered here too, but the ideal entry was right here, but we missed that. Entered a little bit later. So do have to keep that in mind. but new candlestick. It's the same candlestick. It just turned from green to red though. So we see price trying again for the fourth time to try to break that level. So we're just going to patiently let it do its thing and see if it can do that, because price is just going to do one of two things. It's either going to hit your TPs or it's going to hit your SL. Once you enter the trade, it's too late for all that second guessing and shit. You're supposed to do all that thinking in your chart analysis before you enter the trade. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little too late for all that shit. 78, 73. So yeah, GA still pushing, still trying. GN as well. Missed the entry on that. It's a little late. If you want to enter that, you should be nice and blue. Because I did went over that. GJ looks like it's about to try to hit the last TP for the scalpers at least. Because again, the long hold, I want to see if it can hit 168.60, 168.50 for the long term. But for a quick scalp in and out, we're about 5 pips from the last TP. It's pushing right now. It's really struggling to try to break this wall. But the fact that price is pushing like it is a good sign, showing that it wants to do so. So we're just going to patiently wait and let price do its thing. It's definitely looking good though. Our screen should be nice and blue. Yeah, so it's struggling to break that level. So we're going to see if we can do it. GBPJPY, looking cool. So new 15 just started. GN still pushing up. GA pushing up. We'll see if we can break this wall, because currently struggling. You can see about the green dotted line, but I'm just going to put it on the orange line so it's more visual. I missed it. It's supposed to be like right there. You'll literally see price is struggling to break that level. Got a nice wall right here. You'll literally see price. The previous candlestick failed to do so. It literally stayed there the last few minutes. But we see price trying to break it currently. So if it can do so, TP2 will get hit and we'll catch some more pips. Then we see right here, GJ is treating this level of support and is going to try to attempt to break those more levels of traffic above it if volume allows it to do so. So they're either going to do that or it might retrace before York and then reattempt during New York. But it is pretty nice and we are deep in profit. So do not let your screens turn red. So new 15 just started. Starting off red. Oil's trying, but I go for the round like 5 because it's been trying that whole past 15. So it looks like it's about to try to reattempt to push down again. So I want to see if it can do it. Gold just dropped down heavy. So won't really be looking for, could see a sell set up if price can break, because currently on a strong support level. So if price can break under 1643, could potentially see a sell to down around 1637-ish. So just been watching that. Missed the sell opportunity here. So the next best sell opportunity to be there, but we do see here a huge imbalance. Looks like the 50 is almost hit, and the 50 is right next to a strong resistance level here. So we do have to keep that in mind. So that's why we want to wait to see price break that level of price I just said out loud. Because if it can break that level of price, then it can potentially continue to push down. So that's what we want to see happen. Now GA is struggling to do that. It's doing a retest. Looks like it's about to try to reattempt to break that level. So we're going to see if it can do so. And I'm slightly blue on oil. So let me see what oil's doing. Oh, that's because oil's trying to push down. So I'm slightly blue on oil. So we're going to see if we can break this level here. What's going on, y'all? Make sure to hit that like button, y'all. Make some money. We just caught over 30 pips live, less than an hour, less than 30 minutes, really. I mean, it was 30 minutes if you include us waiting for the setup to, mature and materialize. But, catching money, went over a lot of stuff. And look, price is literally heading towards where I was saying. It could go a little farther, but I'm personally staying out of it. But going to see what it looks like going into New York. See if we can go for another buy setup. But it could be a slight retracement candlestick day. because again, we do have this huge imbalance, and just out of curiosity, let's pull up the fib and see where the 50% even is going to be at exactly. So the 50% is a little bit above one of my TP lines, so it could keep going up, but let's go on the 4-hour and take a look there. So we do have some slight imbalances, and you can see on the 4-hour again, it's been struggling for 4, 8, 12, so like a day since yesterday to break this level. You see price has been retracing, and it's literally doing that on all the indices, just playing at this level of price. So we're going to see what the volume looks like going into New York session to see if price can continue to pump that up, or if it's going to retrace for the day. Yeah, so oil's struggling to break that level. So we're just going to let that run, let it marinate, see what it decides to do. GJ and the other JPY, other GBP pairs are doing a slight little retracement, retesting levels. We can see that here. We can see prices underneath this wall right here. Well, scratch that's on top of that wall, treating it as support. So it's underneath this wall right here. On a smaller time frame, you can see this lower price here. We can see the rejection was here. We can see the candlesticks here. And we see how price the past two candlesticks on 15 hasn't gone farther than that. It's rejected that level. So that's what's struggling to break right there. So we're going to see if it can do that going into New York. So we're just going to let these do their thing. That's the only pairs I'm really looking at. Might look at GU later. I'm going to keep an eye on the other JPY pairs. Let me see. Yeah, so I don't like really none of the New Zealand setups. I might look at them going into New York. But for the indices, still very bullish on the bigger time frames, but we could see a retracement. So on the smaller time frames or for scalpers, we could see slight sales, but overall, on both the 4-hour and the daily, things are very bullish. So if things are showing buys, I'm only going to look for buy setups. Even if I see like price dropping down a little bit, I'll rarely enter a sell. If we were in an uptrend, just like I'll rarely enter a buy if we're in a downtrend, things like that. But sometimes, I might see an opportunity and decide to take it. But with every trade you take, there is risk. That's why you want to minimize the risk by looking for multiple confirmations before you enter a trade, going with the overall direction and trend of price on the bigger time frames. And then, of course, number 3, trading based off of these key levels of support resistance. And then, of course, proper risk management. I just want to let these do their thing, let price marinate. So members and advanced play signal room, I'm going to drop the London session watch list with all the prices to look at where the price breaks those prices to look for buyers or sells. I'm going to drop that in a second. And then I'm going to drop a New York one later today. So be on the lookout for that. Y'all watching the stream, make sure to hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, check out my previous video. I just did a US30 trade breakdown. We caught 44,000 pips, me and the members yesterday. Dropping the SPX scout that me and the free Telegram took yesterday as well. You can go ahead and check that out in the Telegram, first link in the description. Caught SPX scout. Caught literally 2,000 pips in about 30 minutes. We see all TVs got hit. Called the trade at 6:55. All TVs got hit at 7:32. So literally almost like 35, 40-minute trade. Caught 2,000 pips. Can't beat that. So be on the lookout for that. But I don't see anything else I really want to enter right now. So I'm probably just going to hold these trades, keep an eye on these trades going into New York. And then an hour or two before New York, I'm going to run through the charts again to see any opportunities or potential setups going into New York. Drop that for the members, and then we're going to go from there. And then we got the Zoom call tonight. So be on the lookout for that. Zoom call, 9 o'clock, like always. Going to be talking about a few things, as well as breaking down some of the trades we took today. That's about it for this stream. I don't really like to, be on these streams too long. Things like that. So I'm going to be looking at these charts, get that video edited. Probably this is going to be getting dropped today. And just be watching the indices and gold to see if I can get some positions in on that. US30 is at a good entry position for a potential buy SPX as well. USDX kinda, and the US30's kind of had a good. Well, not really. NAS had a good one, but going watching US30 to see what US30 decides to do, and then we're gonna go from there. But yeah, that's the end of the stream. We'll see y'all on the next one.